All right, everyone. Welcome back to the GDFL podcast hosted by the Commissioner Andrew Korn. This week, I think for the first time this season, joining me on the pod is Stun. Welcome back to the show, Stun.
Thank you.
Yeah, big week in GDFL action this past week. Uh, Kick things off. I beat Beans 109 to 71. Stun in the game of the week. You beat Mark 168 to 160. Shrew beat Ryan 100 to 82. Sokol beat Jake 125 to 89. Levi beat Logan 122 to 55. And then Chaz beat Trevor 130 to 103. So yeah, what stands out to you here, Stun?
Man, I'll just say neither Mark or I deserve to lose. That was very unfortunate that one of us had to. That's just the way it goes sometimes, though. Just brutal.
Yeah, I mean Jameer Gibbs had. I'll have to fact check this, but I think
He
the
had,
might have been the best performance in GDFL history.
yeah, I think he got 49 or something like that.
hmm
50, right around there.
So
Yeah.
yeah, 49.9 half PPR points, and he lost. That's a tough loss. And yeah, really no other way to slice it. That's just really unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, both of you guys smoke everyone in the league this week. He just happened to be playing you. Yeah, just like taking a quick look at what you were doing. Yeah, Manuel Wilson was a good start. Then yeah, JSN continues to have his monster season.
Just
Cook had a
carried
big game. He had a lot of big games. Cook, Pickens, all had big games. Brissett had a good spot week start for you.
He did. He did. Yeah, that was big.
Yeah. I know if Shrew and Ryan's matchup, I think Jameis scored like 40% of Ryan's points.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ryan's flexes just dropped the ball. Just like no other way around it. I think something that was really interesting to me was I wonder if Monongai's taking over as the starting running back in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I could see that. I know I have him in another league and he's had some good weeks for sure.
yeah. I know this. I think this past week was the first time Monongai outsnapped and outtouched Swift all season. So
Mhm.
that'll be something interesting to keep down track of down the stretch. Of course, Monongai is someone that's on Mark's team, but
Yep.
another running back for Mark. Then yeah, like we were talking, I've talked about on the show previously, Sokol getting the win here. Like his team's rolling at the moment, and then like he was out of the playoff picture, and now he's finding himself back into it.
hmm
And then yeah, Levi got a win against Logan. I mean, Logan's being seemingly or Logan's been beaten by seemingly everyone. And then yeah, Trevor continues his free fall a bit after a pretty good start. He's now out of the playoff picture.
Yeah. Yeah. I know we say it every week, but you don't want to play Sokol coming up here in the next
Yep.
couple of weeks. That's for sure.
hmm Yeah, so quick look at the standings. We have three teams that have now clinched. So Stun, you have clinched a playoff. You already had a clinched playoff spot, but now Chaz and I have now officially clinched at both at 9 and 3. Ryan is in fourth at 7 and 5. We have a log jam at 6 and 6 with Mark, Sokol, Trevor, and Levi. And then technically not eliminated yet. We still have Jake, Beans, and Shrew all at 4 and 8. And then Logan's at 1 and 11. So yeah, this logjam of teams at 6 and 6 here is going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. Yeah, Sokol's on a 3 game win streak. His team's been rolling. I mean, Trevor's out of the playoff picture for first time all season.
hmm
Ryan's on a 2 game losing streak right now, and then he loses the points tiebreaker to all three teams right below him. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens these next few weeks for these teams in the
Yeah.
middle here.
No, definitely. I know I have, I think I have Chaz and then I have you these last 2 weeks. So that's going to be, those are going to be pivotal for sure. We're fighting.
Yep.
I,
Yeah,
fighting
that'll
those.
be huge for the playoff seeding. Uh, I really don't know if I'm rooting. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter which one of you or Chaz wins.
True.
Because if I beat you next week and assuming I win this week, then I'd have a bye.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, but yeah, that's something that I've definitely been keeping a close eye on. I think that's actually what my next slide is.
hmm
Actually, we can go talk about that a little bit for upcoming matchups. So then, yeah, you have Chaz and then me the next 2 weeks. I think if you win one, you're pretty safely gonna have a bye. Just gotta
Yeah,
win
I think
one,
so.
and then yeah, I have Shrew this week. Chaz has Beans the following week. So then Chaz also has on paper should be an easier matchup. Really interesting one is Ryan has Mark this week, and I feel like
Mm.
Mark's team has been just rolling for weeks now.
Oh yeah.
And all the teams that are underneath Ryan here, so Sokol, Trevor, Levi, all on paper have easier matchups this week. So we really could see Ryan fall out of the playoff picture if he loses this week. Him
Hmm.
losing to Shrew this week was a bit of a that was a bit of a must win
Yeah,
for him to not
absolutely.
to completely fall out of the playoff picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Ryan Levi matchup in week 14 just got a lot more interesting too, depending on
Hmm.
what Levi's team does this week.
Yep. Yep. And Sokol, Trevor. Yeah, all of these. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely could get really interesting. Yeah, luckily for Mark, he has Logan the last week, then has
Yep.
a massive points tiebreaker, so I think Mark's going to be pretty safely in.
He's got his bye coming up.
Hmm. All right, back to regularly programmed scheduling. I fucked up whatever I meant to say there, but anywho, got some trades that happened. So this happened on Friday. After it was announced that Dara was missing another week, I sent Jameis Winston to Ryan for a 2028 third. I can hear Mark saying now, "Oh look, Corn traded a quarterback for a third again." Yep.
Yeah.
Deal with it. That's what happens.
I think I
Uh,
saw that notification, and I thought that's what I thought was going to be when I opened it. Some
yep.
quarterback for a pick.
Yeah. And I mean, Jameis scored 30 points. Like I think he was like QB1 or QB2 this week. Like he did everything he could to try and drag Ryan's team into a win, but it wasn't enough. Yeah, I just like trading picks for quarterbacks for picks, very clearly. But yeah, Ryan got a start out of him. Jameis probably will get some spot starts the next few years still. So still should be fine for Ryan moving forward. Next one was a bit of a bigger one. This happened like 4 minutes before 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
on 1 o'clock slate of games. I mean, Beans and I that were talking all weekend about this one. And I like text them like, "Hey, I'm gonna withdraw this offer if you don't accept it soon." And then at like 12:45, he responds back, and he's just like, "Yeah, and we can like negotiate a little bit more."
Yeah.
Anyway, still was able to get Chase Brown. I'm excited for him for the stretch run. Uh, like
Yeah.
his playoff schedule was full of green, so I'm hoping that's easier matchups ahead, and then hopefully Burrow
Yeah.
coming back makes his fantasy output a little bit better. Trade
Yeah.
away my 26 first and then a 27 third to get him.
Yeah. Yep. No, I saw that and I definitely thought, man, I wish I had done that, but that's okay.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't that many running backs to choose
Mhm.
from the non-playoff teams.
Yeah. No,
Like
that
from the
was a good one.
podcast last week, if anyone remembers, the teams that were at the bottom of the rankings were all the teams with bad running backs.
Yep.
Like my choices were Josh Jacobs from Logan. Shrew really didn't have anyone worthwhile. And yeah, Bean said Chase Brown and Bijan. Ain't no way in hell
Yep.
I'm trading for Bijan
No.
without giving up something very significant. Uh, Jake has Scadabo and Kamara. Not Kamara's hurt now.
Mhm.
And then yeah, everyone else is still kind of fighting for the playoffs. So bit of slim pickings. So ended up with Chase Brown. Then another trade happened on Sunday. So not only are Sunday trades rare, but a second Sunday trade happened. And Levi received Ramondre Stevenson for Josh Downs. Sure. I mean, this isn't the first time these two have made a trade like this where it's been whatever side you want. I feel like it's fine. I feel like neither of these guys are sniffing a starting lineup. So
Yep.
yeah, Ramondre might be a sneaky handcuff down the stretch, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think I saw Downs is only averaging like 7 points a game, which is what I would consider below a threshold of what a starting receiver in this league is. Usually like 8 points a game is like what I could like if you look at the top 84 flexes by average, I think 8 points a game is around what the worst flex should be. It's like he's just outside that range, but it's still a solid piece nonetheless. There's not really much to say about this one. Like Levi wins if Ramondre ever gets
Yep.
a start, which could Travion injury away from happening.
Hmm.
So we'll see.
Yep.
Look at the draft order. So we did have some shakeups to the draft order. Logan has one, but Shrew's max
Ooh,
points has dropped enough to get him to two. So that's huge for Shrew. And then
this
Logan
week.
currently has three. Shrew also has four now because of Trevor falling out of the playoff picture.
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
then Beans is at five, Jake is at six, Sokol's at seven, Shrew's at eight. Ryan 9. Beans now is at 10 with my pick. Chaz at 11, and then Beans is there again at 12. So yeah, I mean, both. This draft right now is going through Logan, Shrew, and Beans. I mean, it looks like Logan's almost certainly going to end up with two top three, four picks. Shrew right now is two top four picks and then eighth overall pick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Mark's pick, and I feel like Mark's team's probably going to finish better than eighth, but I mean, he's a playoff loss away from being seven or eight potentially.
Hmm.
And then yeah, Beans has 5, 10, and 12 right now. So yeah, definitely will be interesting to see how this ends up all shaking out.
Yeah.
Especially if all these teams that are 6 and 6. I'd have to look exactly at everyone's max points, but like it's kind of all over the place right now.
Yeah. This could definitely move around quite a bit for sure.
Yeah. Then quick look ahead. We already kind of briefly touched upon it, but full overview of this week's matchups. So I'm against Shrew, Stunyer against Chaz, Sokol's against Beans, Levi's against Jake, Logan's against Trevor, and then Ryan is against Mark. So it's really interesting is we have four teams that are 6 and 6, and then none of them play each other, and all of them, for the most part, are playing inferior teams in the standings. So yeah, it'll definitely be let's see what teams rise to the occasion. I mean, none of these projections right now look all that close, but I pulled this morning. Can't imagine too many people out there their lineups by then.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I know you'd mentioned it earlier, and your matchup with Chaz is a huge one for playoff positioning here.
Hmm. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, all these teams are 6 and 6 against a team that aren't. It isn't. So yeah, I mean, for Ryan's rooting for all these 6 and 6 teams to lose,
Hmm.
then obviously rooting for himself. Yeah, it should definitely be interesting to see which of these non-playoff teams can play spoiler here some
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah. Somebody will. I just don't know who.
Hmm. Yeah.
We'll see if Shrew can do it again, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
hope Sure doesn't do it again. I guess I don't know. If I'm the three seed, that's whatever. Like I can't really, I'm either going to be, I guess I could still technically be the one if like Chaz beats you and then loses and then I win out.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I really don't even know how valuable, like, I mean, the buy is obviously valuable, but because we reseed based
Yeah.
off of like playoff seeding, if Mark ends up being the sixth seed for whatever reason, I don't know how valuable that one seed could end up being. That's something that's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out too.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if Sokol as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, what's going to happen is Sokol's going to play Mark in the first round. Both their teams have been rolling.
Yep.
Already went over this. Some news and injuries. So one that happened Sunday night was Baker had that shoulder injury. He didn't return. I'm not sure what his status is quite yet because I mean, we're recording this. It's Tuesday at 7 p.m. So it's kind of early in the week for a lot of these injuries. Uh, so yeah, we'll see if Baker comes back. We have Burrow and Aaron Rodgers both expected to start this week. Jaden Daniels and Amari Hampton are returning to practice, which would be a huge one for Ryan if he. I don't think Daniels is starting this week. Hampton may or may not, but I know he was just designated to return, so may or may not come back this week. We'll have to see what the Chargers end up doing. My favorite one is JJ McCarthy now has a concussion. I
Just
get,
too bad.
yeah, feel like that's more of the quote unquote term this year has been soft benching.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I was looking at some stats and like the names that JJ McCarthy is with right now is really bad. Like his numbers right now are worse than what Zach Wilson's rookie year has been. It's
Yeah.
worse than what Josh Rosen's rookie year was.
Yeah.
It's like slightly better than Jamarcus Russell. I mean, we're talking about like the biggest quarterback busts ever, and his numbers are below some of them. It's gotten really bad.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. Who would have thought the guy? I was looking at his college stats again today too, because I was just like, was he? I thought he was better than this in college, and he had a good completion percentage, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, he really just wasn't ever asked to pass the ball. Like,
Yep.
he had like under 200 yards a lot, and then like, I think the thing that was most interesting was like after the Colorado Stallions like news had leaked and he was like let go from the team. Like, I think he had like 4 touchdowns, the like 7 games that Stallions wasn't there. And it's just like, well, JJ McCarthy was just a Connor Stallions merchant, like knowing what the defense's plays were.
Yeah. That is helpful.
Some other news. Shador Sanders is starting another week. Cool. Anyone tuning into Browns football needs a wellness check. Um, Ashton Jency left. I don't know. I think he came back, but it had a bit of a busted up ankle at the end of the game. See if he misses any time with that. Pete Carroll's not exactly reliable with injuries, so not expecting too much there. Alvin Kamara has a knee injury. I'm guessing he's probably going to be out most of the rest of the season now. I think they were saying 3 to 4 weeks, but with the Saints season looking the way it is, he's probably done. Might mean Taysom Hill's back on the table.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I saw Devin Neal and Taysom Hill were splitting carries at the end of their last game. So,
yeah. Maybe I'll activate him, bring him up.
yeah, I mean, if you really have to start him, then yeah, do it. But otherwise, I mean, is he on your taxi then?
Yeah,
Yeah, if he's on, I feel like unless you're starting someone, you should pretty much just always leave him on the taxi.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, maybe I think Mark Hill's Taysom Hill. Maybe Mark gets Taysom Hill in a tight end now.
I think so.
So Chris Godwin actually played this past week,
Did
so
he
had to take
really?
him off of this. And now Bucky Irving expected to play this week. Does he actually? Who knows? But that's the report is he might be playing. And then I also saw Brian Thomas might be returning this week too, which would be a big lift for you, Sean.
Yeah, no, he would definitely go in my lineup for sure.
Yeah. We have T. Higgins with a concussion. He's definitely going to be out because they play on Thanksgiving. And then Rashee Rice has a hamstring injury. They also play on Thanksgiving. Don't know the severity of it. I feel like with a hamstring, you really don't rush back from those, but it might also not be that severe. I didn't really watch that game, so don't really know what the extent of it is, but figured I'd include it on here. And there's no buys this week. It's Thanksgiving week. And so everyone, I mean, other than injuries, everyone is theoretically at full strength this week. So be definitely a bit of a tune up for a lot of these teams for the playoffs. All right, and now time for our special segment. I haven't done a silly or stupid segment in a while, and Sean and I were trying to come up with ideas, and then Sean's a Survivor fan like me, and so I thought, let's do a Survivor themed trivia. So that's why I asked everyone to pick one player from their team that they're gonna pretty much represent your team for the series of questions that I'll have. But yeah, this is Survivor Gallery-Dojo Island. Uh, Again, reason why I like put in the group me message, like try and pick someone who has like a well-known public personality, because like that'll make answering my questions way easier.
Yeah.
Because like I think for some of these, we're just gonna be projecting some personality onto them.
Oh, for sure.
I
I
think
don't know that much about these guys.
yeah, I think most people just pick their favorite player on their team, which is fine. I said you can pick anyone. So without further ado, our castaways. Our representing Team Stun is George Pickens. Representing Chaz is Kenneth Walker. Representing me is Aaron Rodgers. Representing Ryan's Emeka Egbuka. Representing Mark is Rico Dowdle. I picked this one for Sokol. I picked Stephon Diggs because I feel like that's a fun one. Trevor picked Matt Stafford. Levi picked Shador Sanders. Jake picked Deuce Vaughn. Beans picked Lamar Jackson. Sure picked Brock Bowers. And then I picked for Logan, I picked TJ Hawkinson. So some of the players I was kind of hoping we'd get to see picked. I was hoping maybe Chaz would take Tyreek Hill because I
Yeah.
think that'd be a fun one to have in here. I was hoping maybe Ryan picks Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Um, or like Shrew taking Ayuk, I think would have been a fun one. Or even Deshaun Watson could have been potentially fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for the most part, I mean, just like looking across who everyone picked, I think most people just pick their favorite player on their team, or if not their favorite, one of their favorites. Yeah. I was gonna go with George Kittle until I realized everyone's just picking their favorite player. And it's just like, fuck, I need to have someone I mean, Kittle has a personality, don't get me wrong. But I feel like Aaron Rodgers would just be more fun, had a, I don't know,
Yeah.
more
We'll
negative
probably
personality
throw
into the
diesel.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our first question here is, of these 12, who is the best at building the fire and shelter?
Oh man.
Yeah, so there's, I mean, at least for me, like I think the obvious picks would be like maybe the quarterbacks, like were the ones who step up and like want to lead that.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, just from like look, I mean, Hawkinson's an Iowa guy and just like kind of looks like a lumberjack a little bit.
Yeah. No,
So I
that
mean,
hair and beard, he just looks like he could make a fire.
yeah, I'd probably go either Hawkinson or Stafford. Stafford has that dad thing going for him.
Yeah.
Georgia boy.
Yeah.
You
I
can
was
see
gonna
why.
go Rodgers.
You're gonna go Rodgers.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, why you picking Rodgers?
I don't know. It just seems like he just wants to be one with the earth sometimes, and I think he might have some skills that he picked up through his travels. So I don't know.
Yeah. During his mushroom trips and ayahuasca trips in the cabin in the woods, just like
Yeah, you never
yeah,
know.
maybe he like made his own cabin when he did those
Yeah,
trips to decide if he's gonna play.
yeah. I definitely would pick Shadur last. I don't think he could make a fire.
Yeah,
But
I really there's a lot of these guys I'm not sure. Like
yeah,
what I know about Pickens is like I mean
yeah, no,
Pickens just tries to fight people all the time. I
yeah.
could see him getting pretty frustrated with making one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I guess Brock Bowers is also like another like Georgia boy. Like
yeah,
might be pretty good at it. I don't know where he's from, but went to Georgia.
yeah.
All right. So who struggles to fit in socially?
Oh man,
So I mean, I feel like I have a lot of answers for this one. Yeah, at least for me, the first one I would pick would be Stephon Diggs. Uh, just like there's the clip of him when he was on the Vikings where they go around and ask everyone like, who on the team would you least like to date your daughter?
oh, I
And
remember that.
literally every single person on the team picked Diggs.
I remember that now.
So it's just like, I mean, there's no women here, so I guess maybe that's not an issue. But yeah, maybe it's Stephon Diggs. Shedeur Sanders being a bit of a clown could also be
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I think people would just be sick of him so quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, he'd have a hard time.
Yeah. Could be Aaron Rodgers, just like talking about like all his conspiracy theories and like
Mhm.
his vaccine, like opinions. Definitely see him. Actually, I don't know. I feel like most NFL players are probably conservatives, so they might agree with them. But yeah, I feel like Rodgers, Diggs, and Shedeur Sanders would probably struggle the most to fit in socially.
Yep.
Okay, so who finds the first hidden immunity idol? So yeah, I feel like this one is just like I wonder who's like the sneakiest or like most willing to like go exploring in the woods. Might go with the running back here. Might go with like Kenneth Walker, Rico Dowdle.
Yeah. I was thinking Deuce Vaughn. I don't know. He seems like he just fly under the radar. People might not notice he's out there searching for the idols because they don't know who he is. And you would just find it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like the Deuce Vaughn pick. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
he's
talked
like
about
if
him
we're
last
talking
time.
about someone flying under the radar,
Yeah,
I feel like these are all fairly big names, and then Jake picked Deuce Vaughn.
yeah. I
So,
love that.
and no, that's what I want. I was hoping more people would just pick really bad players. But yeah, everyone kind of picked someone who's a little fantasy relevant, which is fine. Uh, yeah, I like the Deuce Vaughn pick. Yeah, I could see like Kenneth, I mean, or Kenneth Walker, a Michigan State boy, just going and finding one.
Yeah,
Could see that happening too.
yeah.
All right. So who's making too many alliances?
Oh man,
Yeah, who's going around trying to make deals with too many people?
I'm definitely Shadur for sure. He's
Yeah.
talking to everybody. He's just in everybody's ear, and they're just sick of him.
Yeah. Yep. Same. I'd probably pick Shedeur Sanders too. And
Yeah.
also just like the way I'm thinking of it is like maybe we embody like the manager of these teams of these people a little bit more too. So like
Okay. Yeah.
who's making the most trades? Oh,
Yeah.
it might be Levi with Shedeur Sanders. It might be me
True.
with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Might be Ryan with the Mecca Buka, like trying to make too many deals. Sokol makes a bunch of trades. Could be Stephon Diggs. Yeah, so people who don't make as many trades are the ones not scheming and plotting as much, maybe.
Yep. Yep. I think Shrew would just be, I don't know, he'd just be flying under the radar as well.
Yeah,
He got like maybe like one alliance, and he's not trying to branch out too much more than that.
yeah. No, Brock Bowers is the kind of guy who is just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like he's got it. Yeah, like you said, he has his one alliance.
Yeah. Just very loyal.
Very loyal. Yep. Not going to break his word to anyone.
No.
Hopefully, have his ride or die to the end. All right. Who is the first boot? Who gets voted off first? Yeah. So at least like my point, like usually I feel like the first boot in Survivor is usually either the physically weakest
Yep.
or the most like eccentric personality who doesn't fit in
Yeah.
with the group.
Yep.
So if we're going physically weak, it's almost certainly Deuce Vaughn because
Yep.
he's 5'5", and
Yep.
I think everyone, maybe Rico Dowdle's probably, or I guess Kenneth Walker's probably only like 5'9".
Yeah.
Yeah, and Deuce Vaughn's noticeably smaller, so it could be him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Rogers is also kind of old. He could be physically weak as
yeah,
well. He
got a
might be
broken
pretty
wrist
good.
right now too. Like
Yeah.
definitely could be Aaron Rodgers.
He'd be pretty bad at challenges.
Yeah, I did not pick Aaron Rodgers because I thought he would win. I picked Aaron Rodgers because I thought he would be the worst at a lot of these. So, oh, the one I was really hoping we would have is JJ. I was hoping Beans would pick
Oh,
JJ McCarthy. That was the one I really wanted, just to have another excuse to shit on JJ McCarthy. I don't know. I just enjoyed doing it because he went to Michigan and he plays for the Vikings now, and just like both of those things, it just makes shitting on him even that much sweeter. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I think it's either like Deuce Vaughn or Aaron Rodgers being the first boot. I could definitely get on board with that.
yeah.
All right, so who thinks they're running the show, but absolutely is not?
Definitely. I would definitely. Pickens is definitely in the top two,
Hmm.
I think.
Yeah,
Because,
I could definitely see Pickens going around like, and that again, maybe making too many alliances or like thinking he's the one in the power position making decisions, but just isn't.
you know,
Yeah, for people who aren't familiar with Survivor, that's like somewhat common. Is like they're always someone who thinks that they're in charge and calling all the shots,
you know,
but then just get completely undermined by the edit where they're like,
yeah,
yeah, here's like them saying in their confessional how they're running the show. And then here's like the proof of camp life of them just like not being in charge and just doing whatever people say, not or they're not being listened to. So I guess that might be a good way of looking at too, like who's like thinks they have good ideas and just like isn't being listened to.
hmm
Yeah,
probably Shadur as well. Yeah,
probably should do her. Again, that's why I wanted like more like big personalities on here. It's just
yeah,
like be a lot easier to like I don't
yeah,
know, say for sure. I don't
yeah.
know. Maybe I'll go with Rico Dowdle thinks he's running the show, especially since he'd just taken the starting job away from Chuba Hubbard.
Mhm.
He's like,
Well,
yeah,
overconfident.
I'm the captain now, even though
Yeah,
he's on an expiring deal and Panthers are going to discard him in the offseason.
yeah. About to get blindsided.
About to get blindsided, absolutely. All right. So who has the best social game? So, yeah, who do we think has the most friends out here on the island?
I could see it being Stafford.
Yeah,
I could see it being Stafford.
I could see it being Stafford too. And look at that smile. He's got them pearly white
Yeah,
veneers.
or maybe Lamar.
Yeah, I could see Lamar having a good social game too.
It's
Again,
very
I feel like
sad.
yeah, projecting some personality into these people.
Yeah,
So some of them I just don't know what they're like.
yeah.
Cal Walker went to Michigan State, but like really, like what do we even know about him? Like
I've
really
never heard him
nothing.
speak before. Like,
Same.
I have no idea what he sounds like.
Yeah, like some of these like I've probably only heard like half of these people talk before. Like I know like I remember hearing Pickens' voice for the first time and just being one of those ones where it's like his voice does not match him or his personality at all.
I'll have to go watch a
Yeah.
clip of him
But I
then.
feel like his voice was just like higher pitched than I was expecting it to be. Not like a Bones Highland high pitch, but it was just like one where it's like, surprised you sound like that. Yeah, I could see yeah, Lamar. I think Lamar is probably a good pick for the best social game. I feel like Lamar is pretty well respected around the NFL.
Yeah,
I feel like people would like him on the island here too.
yeah, yeah. I think the quarterbacks would be good. They're just, I don't know, they're used to having to make a million decisions like all at once. And that's what you're
Hmm.
doing in Survivor constantly. You're just, and you got to keep track of so much information. I feel like they'd be pretty good at that.
Yep. Oh yeah. You have to keep track of who you're telling the truth to, who you're
Mhm.
lying to, what
Yeah.
information you've told, like potentially what they've now told others. You have to have a lot of trust in the quarterback too. I feel like people
Mhm.
would probably have a lot of trust in Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay, who performs the best at challenges? So I think we could break this up into like puzzles,
Yeah.
endurance, and then like brute strength is like the three main categories.
Yep.
So yeah, let's start with endurance. Like who do we think
Aaron.
is the best endurance here?
Yeah. I think it's got to be, and Rico Dowdle has to be up there. He's been getting
Yeah.
like 20, 30 carries a game, except for this past
Hmm.
week. But he's, I mean, he's just been running to the ground and he just keeps going. So I think he'd be up there.
Yeah, I would definitely go with the running back too. Like
Yeah.
if we had like Jalen Hurts on here
Oh
or like
yeah.
AJ Dillon,
Yeah.
like someone with like big quads, like definitely pick them. I like the Rico Dowdle pick though, as having good endurance because yeah, he just does run have a shit ton of carries this year. Then yeah, the next one, puzzles. Like which one of these guys do you think? Because I don't really know if any of them are particularly good at puzzles.
That's a hard one. I'd probably go a quarterback. I think they'd be the least likely to get frustrated immediately because they're
Hmm.
just, I don't know, like Pickens, he would just get frustrated immediately. Shadur, like he would just give up probably. I don't know.
Yeah, you
It's
could also
hard.
just like pick someone like Ibuka and just call it a day too. Like
Yeah.
that was one where I was really hoping Ryan would pick Jameis because it's just like I know Jameis. We all know Jameis's personality. Like I know nothing about Ibuka. Like never heard him talk.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Ohio State receiver.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Uh, I don't remember. This doesn't really matter who he says the best at puzzles. Now in terms of brute strength, like who we think is best at just like some of those like strength-based challenges.
Oh, man.
My go would probably be to go with one of the tight ends and go with either Bowers or Hawkinson.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say Pickens because he's got good length,
Hmm.
like reach, like trees and limbs that he has
Yeah.
to climb.
Oh, maybe
Keep
that's what I meant to put in here. So bonus question that's not in here. So which of these do we think would be like the best at fishermen, like being
Oh,
fishermen and like providing for the tribe? Like I definitely can see Pickens wanting to do everything.
yeah.
Whether he can do it or not is a different question. But I feel like he'd be the one who wants to climb trees to go get coconuts,
Yep.
or like wants to go spearfishing to see what he can get for the tribe. Definitely see that. I could see Hawkinson. I guess they don't. There's no beachfront property in Iowa. Definitely not Hawkinson.
Who
Uh,
would want to kill the chicken?
who would want to kill the chicken?
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a Brock Bowers thing to do.
Yeah. I feel like he'd
Either.
it up.
Hmm. Yeah, like that's. I mean, I'm assuming Bowers is from the South, but I feel like Bowers would be the one who like the tribe looks to kill a chicken. I also find it fun. That was just like a major like plot point in one of those episodes recently of just
Yeah.
like the two men have to go be the ones to kill the chicken. Which I think some of it's just like the type of contestant that they're casting nowadays. Because like in old school Survivor, there's always several like Southern boys who'd be on the
Yeah.
show, and they would never have any problems killing the chicken.
Oh.
And yeah, I know like I was watching an old season recently where I think it was JT killed a chicken. He called it old school, where like most of the time they like cut the neck off, or the
Yeah.
head off the chicken,
Yeah.
where sometimes they just twist it off, like twist a chicken until it dies. And yeah, I don't really see them doing that in Modern Survivor. Like, oh
No.
man, side tangent. I really like it when they have these like chicken rewards because like it
Yeah.
does create problems in the camp of like when do you
Yeah.
eat the chickens and
Yes.
just like there's always a vegetarian on the tribe who's like,
Mm.
I don't want to be around for this.
Yep.
Uh, yeah,
Uh,
definitely like those kind of rewards. But
oh
yeah,
yeah.
I think Brock Bowers is the one killing the chicken. I think Pickens is the one who thinks he can go fishing. Maybe not at the best of the abilities, but he'll at least try. And then also see him thinking he can climb trees and go get the coconuts for everyone. All right, so in Survivor, there's something called a goat, and a goat in Survivor is like the exact opposite of a goat in sports. So a goat in Survivor is someone who is dragged to the end because you know you'll beat them. You like herd them to the end with you because you know they're someone you can beat easily. So who makes it to the final tribal council but gets zero votes?
Man.
Yeah, at least for me, like my first thought of like we go back to like who's that like social pariah who like doesn't fit in. Like that's usually like
Yeah.
one of the big giveaways of like who's gonna be the GOAT. It's either that or someone who's incredibly passive.
Yeah. Maybe Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn just gets carried.
Yeah. But he also could be that like you mentioned that like under the radar type of winner
Yeah.
too, where like he's like low key calling the shots.
No
Like
enemies.
everyone wants to work with him
That's
because like they don't really view him as a threat because he's kind of small, tiny man.
true. That's true.
And yeah, I like again, I don't want to like pick on the same people. Like I would like JJ McCarthy. I feel like would be the perfect answer for this.
Yes.
Uh, because it's just like, Michigan dragged him to a national championship. He
Hmm.
didn't do shit. Man, I love shitting on JJ. Clearly. Yeah. I could definitely I like Diggs as someone where it's just like he just like didn't fit in as well socially.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
also, I don't know.
yeah.
Mika Egbuka's been cold recently. Maybe it's him. He got dragged to the end after starting
Mm.
off kind of hot, but
Yeah.
you know,
I could see that.
don't really have again. There's no real answer to any of these. It's just like fun to like personify some of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, the last question I have is who is the sole survivor? So which of these 12 has the best characteristics of a winner?
I'd probably say Lamar.
Probably go with Lamar.
Yeah. I think it's just all around game. He could just do it all. The social game, strong in challenges. I think he could just do it all.
Yeah. I feel like he would be like seen as too big of a threat though, and like might
Mm.
be cut off before the end of the game.
That's true. Maybe like he makes it to like final like six or something, final five.
Hmm.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, like I don't know. Usually like the way I'm thinking of it is just like who is like the fourth or fifth strongest person here. Because like that's usually who wins Survivor is not like the biggest threat. It's like the fourth or fifth biggest threat after they've thrown all the other big ones. So then like what I'm looking at, I mean I'm just gonna be a homer and pick Kenneth Walker,
Yeah.
Michigan State boy. There's been a few Michigan winners recently, people from Michigan.
Yeah. That's true.
And so yeah, Kenneth Walker like eliminates all the big threats on his way to the end. Wins, got snubbed of a Heisman, but ends up winning the sole survivor.
Much more important.
Much more important is winning this theoretical sole survivor on Gallery-Dojo Island than winning the Heisman. Yeah, I can see like someone like Rico Dowdle or Deuce Vaughn flying under the radar a bit. Like I feel like a lot of times the winners aren't the ones with the big personality either. And like, yeah, we just don't know their personalities.
Yep. We do not.
Yeah, I feel like Bowers and Hawkinson, just like they're gonna be seen as like big physical threats when we picked off early merge.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, there's no way Shearer Sanders would ever win Survivor.
Yeah.
I don't think Diggs. I mean, Diggs would be a wild winner if someone like him ever won.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I feel like Stafford's someone you want to pick off right at the end because it's just
Hmm.
like seems a little likable. Same with Lamar. Yeah, I guess that's another way of looking at it. It's like you don't want to bring people to the end with you that are too likable.
That's true.
It's like you want to bring, yeah, that's at least what my strategy would be if I were ever on the show. Is like I want to be in alliance with the people that no one likes. So then, like by default, at the end, like you look good in comparison. Yeah. I know it's like I think it's more of a social game than a strategy game. They vote for whoever they like the most and then come up with whatever reasons why afterwards.
Yep.
Let's see, how much time do we have left? It says my meeting will end in 10 minutes, but
Mine says less than a
oh,
minute.
less than a minute. Wow, we got to the 40-minute mark. All right. So yeah, Kenneth Walker wins Survivor Gallery-Dojo Island.
Yep.
Thank you all for putting an entry in if you did. Ashton, you have any final words?
I don't think so. Just gotta go Lions and go Pistons.
Yeah, go Lions, go Pistons. First in the East right now. A huge win streak, more wins this year than they had 2 seasons ago. The one year we actually had season tickets and not the 10-game plan. But yeah, thank you all for listening. Hope you had fun listening to Survivor Dojo Island, and we'll see you all later.